Hello and welcome to a special video today. Today I am going to be answering some of your questions. Just to clarify everything, I know there are some questions that are quite repetitive, and I know there are some guys who probably won't have seen my past videos, and I think it's good to try to address anything and everything. Because I do have a lot of questions, and obviously by no means am I a popular YouTuber, but I know I do have a lot of questions, so I'd love to answer all of them. And I do have a lot of negative comments, but it's okay. It's normal, right? Haters gonna hate. I just have one thing just to say to them before this video is, if you don't want to watch my content, you don't have to watch it. Sometimes if you don't have anything nice to say at all, just don't say it. Anyway, let's get to the video. First question is from my metodioplasty video. It was 2 years post metodioplasty. It says, where was the graft taken? So there was someone who answered this, but just in general, metodioplasty, you're not using a donor site because, like I explained in the video, it is not a full-size penis. It uses the growth that you get from your clitoris, so there's no graft needed to be taken, so there's no scarring whatsoever. Hope that clears out. I don't get it, why you want to be a man. Me neither. That's one of the response to comments. Well, there's a lot of things that people don't understand in the world. And it can be anything. Sometimes people who get cosmetic procedures, people don't understand. Like people who want to do Botox, some people don't understand. Or some people who, me as an atheist, some people who believe in religion, it's something that I don't understand either. But I'm not going to be like pushing my beliefs onto their beliefs, right? I'm not going to be like, just because I don't believe in God, you shouldn't believe in God too, right? I respect everyone's wants and needs. I respect everyone's beliefs. I respect how anyone wants to identify themselves in the world. And yeah, I'm transitioned to a man just because I'm happy with the way it is, right? If I didn't transition, I would probably be quite miserable. So I'm really happy and I'm healthy and I'm happily married to my wife. So yeah, that's really all I have to say to it. Your wife is gorgeous. Congrats. Thank you. There's a really long question plus explanation plus everything to this question. But in the end, please don't go blast this person. But they were very respectful with their full answer and how they explained. Like I said, everyone has different beliefs. And the end of this person's comment and question was, they said, I wish you a good life. I may not agree with you with some of your decisions, but may joy and peace fill your days, right? So that's why I go back to the belief comment where I said, like, just because we don't have the same belief doesn't mean I can't respect you or I have to dislike you type of thing, right? So her question was, what is the point of having a small penis that cannot penetrate the vagina? Well, I think intercourse is a very subjective topic, right? So people have some people like penetration, some people don't like penetration, some people like foreplay, some people like oral, whatever. And I guess it's what really works between two people. Like, I'm not gonna go into detail with my case or whatever, but like I said, everyone has a different way of getting pleasure. And I think things as a partner, as a partnership, and as a relationship, to make things work, you got to communicate and you've got to find out what each other likes, right? Like I said, different preference, different whatever. And me having micro penis, so to say, because I had metodioplasty, my goal wasn't to be able to penetrate. It was just change of anatomy down there, right? Because I had body dysmorphia with what was there previously. So now that the anatomy down there is completely changed, looking completely almost like a male anatomy down there. I'm happy with the way it looks. So for me, it was more of just confidence and aesthetic wise that I like the way it looks and I like the way it is and I like the fact that I can stand to pee. And yeah, that's really all there is to it. Talking about my metodioplasty, it says, how did you get that much growth? And then there's a comment below that says, she lied. First of all, in that video, my growth was around 1.5 inch, but if erect, it's 2 inches. And You don't have to believe me. You can go look at TransBucket, and trust me, there are guys who have really big growth, right? Some guys have it really big and they're really lucky, but just in general, because when it's erect and when it's not erect, obviously it's going to be different sizes, and having metodioplasty makes it, because they pull it out, right? And sometimes depending on the technique of the doctor, they can make it a little bit longer or a little bit thicker, right? So in my case, before I did metodioplasty, yeah, wasn't as long because I it wasn't pulled out yet. But then after metodioplasty, after it pulled out, it got a little bit longer. So what can you do before getting surgery, before getting metodioplasty, is the doctors recommend you what to do in order to get it a little bit longer or bigger or whatever. In my case, my doctor recommended me to do pumping for 6 months. So pumping using a pump, right? You can go search it up, all these devices or whatever. And sometimes some doctors also recommend cream, but I forgot what the cream is called. So there's many ways to help try to get it a little bit bigger. But yeah, I mean, if you don't believe me, that's totally fine. I'm not gonna open up and let you see. So it is what it is, really. We have a lot about face puffiness. So when will it go away? First of all, when you first take testosterone in general, because when you take testosterone, you're going to have more muscle mass, because testosterone, increases muscle mass. So not just your face, but everywhere you'll gain weight. So that's why, in my previous video about face bloating, you will look a bit puffier in general, but that usually tends to start to go down anywhere between 6 months to like 2 years, right? It really depends how, because like I said, your body, when you're taking, testosterone for the first time, obviously it's like you're going through puberty again, right? You're gonna get the hormone swings. So with that's why your body's kind of retaining water. Once your body kind of gets used to it, it will start to flush all the water out. I hope that explains it for you. What type of top surgery did you get? So I got a double mastectomy. It is the full-on one because my breasts were a little bit larger in size, so I couldn't get the more subtle surgeries that you could get. So if you had smaller size breasts, like A cup, you can get the incision in your nipple, where they just take the fat out, the breast tissue out through your nipple, so you won't have any scarring whatsoever. That wasn't the case with me. So yeah, I got double mastectomy with the large scars. Does it hurt? This is talking about my laser treatment, which I haven't been continuously doing because I've just been lazy. So there's 2 stages, because I had raised keloid scars. So the first stage was they needed to do the steroid injection in order to make the scars flat. So depending on each time, because I had to do it once a month, and I had the injections for 6 months, right? Until it became completely flat like it is now. Some areas hurt more than others when they actually do the steroid injection, just because it's a needle going directly through your scar tissue, right? And it's not just one, it's like they're slowly pricking it through every area, right? But the laser in itself, to lighten the color of the scar, it doesn't hurt that much. It's just kind of like a small flick, it wasn't painful. So I'd say the steroid injection was more painful. Did you find the face puffiness returns after a dose increase? This happens to me and it's quite annoying. For me, no. But what does happen when each time I have my pee shot is my pee smells really bad, and I get very energetic, because I know the thing when you actually take testosterone, and if you take it, like for me, I take it once a month, is when you first take the shot, your hormone level is high. So you're very energetic, you're very active and whatnot. And then throughout the 3 weeks that, it's slowly fading, that's when your energy kind of drops a little bit. So For me, like, because I know it now, I actually don't feel it too much, but I know, like, in the beginning, it was just like a surge of energy and then slowly go down, surge of energy and slowly go down. But for me now, it's just really, the only thing is my pee, my pee smells bad for maybe like the first 3 days. Talking about the laser for my scar, so what kind of laser is that? It's called the Helios 2 laser. So you can go to your, I know there's a lot of like dermatologists or even the hospitals, which they have like scar treatment therapy. So, go find some, and I think a lot of, it's usually the same method, but I think some clinics or some hospitals might have different methods, right? So if you want to go and do it, please go ahead and contact your local doctor or your local skin scar clinic. Even tattoo removal clinics have the scar removal therapy. I am now researching options. I really wish there was more advancement in today's year. But I had a question if you experienced this, or did the doctor mention anything about getting a UTI with the tube or this surgery in general? So this is talking about my metodioplasty. So the doctor didn't mention anything about getting a UTI in my case, and I've never ever gotten a UTI after my metodioplasty surgery. So I don't have any issues. I just know with metodioplasty, before the current advancement right now, you also have to dilate. So meaning you had to stick a tube in your pee hole in order to prevent it from closing up. But now with the surgery I didn't have to do that. And I think now in the modern day, a lot of surgery, you don't have to do that anymore. But no, nothing about UTI. I was going to get phalloplasty, but don't really want the arm scar. How is standing to pee for you? I have two parts to that question. First of all, standing to pee is completely fine. Because the penis is quite small, if I don't pull it back enough, or if the pants are really tight that I can't pull it low enough for the penis to show, it can get on me. So my pee can spill on me. But maybe 9 out of 10 times it doesn't happen, right? But sometimes there are a little bit accidents here and there. Second part about scarring is, I know that there is now, and it's getting more common now, this surgery is you can actually use the skin from your abdomen right on top of your pubic bone. I think it's on the side of your abdomen, right? Where they will just cut a part of skin there, and then fold it, or something that they do, and then they make it into your penis. So what you will end up having is you won't have a large arm scar like a skin graft. You'll just kind of have like, those olden days long, it's just a long scar. It's not like a big chunk of square that is cut in. It's just a long scar, like a C-section scar that you have on the side of your abdomen. So I know a lot of guys are opting for that now because, one, you won't have any scars on your arm, on your thigh, on your back, and two, it's a very minimal scar. So I know some hospitals do that. I know the hospital that I had my surgery in, and I know that's one of the questions too. I had my surgery at Kamol Hospital in Bangkok, Thailand. KAMOL Hospital. They have that procedure, but you need to go have the consultation with the doctor, and they also have to look at your body shape and how much fat or how thin you are, how much fat you're holding in your skin, or how lean you are, that they will kind of recommend you the best option. Because I know sometimes you can't always do the option you want to, right? So yeah, try look into that, and that might be a new possible option for you. At what age have you done transitioning, Nick? Well, if you're talking about my complete sexual reassignment surgery, meaning finishing my top surgery and finishing my bottom surgery, I think I'm 27 or 28. Right now I'm 31, right? Yeah, so my top surgery I got when I was 23, and my bottom surgery I got when I was 27, and then I also had to get the revision for my testicles. I think, yeah, 27 or 28 was when I finished with the whole surgery thing. But if you're talking about taking hormones, you have to take it until you die. essentially, right? Because you don't have any more naturally occurring hormones. But if you don't take your ovaries out, if you can essentially stop taking testosterone. But if you do take your ovaries out, you don't have anything, and it's really bad for your bones. You're basically going to be premenopausal, so it's a lifelong responsibility to keep taking testosterone. So hormones wise, until the end of my life. Bro, tell me about your height before and after transition. I'm 160 centimeters before transitioning, and now I'm still 160 centimeters. No difference. Maybe some days I'm a bit shorter, some days I'm a bit taller, but I'm just there, 160. Your height doesn't change. How long after surgery can we do the laser treatment? I think maybe I would suggest 2 years, because during the first year is when you're scarring and your, the scarring and everything is healing. So you actually don't know how good or bad your scars are going to be after that stage. But then after 2 years, I can say it's safe to say that your scars aren't going to get any better or worse. So, but what I can recommend you is listen to the doctor. So whatever they recommend in order to minimize scarring, please do it, because I didn't listen to my doctor. 2 weeks after surgery, I started going to the gym again, and that's why I have these huge scars, right? Because I'm a person who's not actually very easily prone to scarring, but because I didn't listen to my doctor, I got really bad scars. So if you don't want scarring, first of all, listen to your doctor's advice, and then second of all, after the first 2 years of healing and you see that it's actually quite, if you have the large raised keloid scars like me, or if it's very discolored, then you can start looking into options for the scar removal treatment. In metodioplasty, can't we use a stand to pee packer to pee easily? You can, if you choose not to opt for urethral lengthening. Like I said, it's personal preference. If you want to use the stand to pee packer, please by all means go ahead. I wouldn't want to, because I don't want to go through the hassle of cleaning it. So but if you want to, yes, of course you can. You don't have to have urethral lengthening if you don't want to, right? Because with every type of surgery, there's always the risk. If you don't want to have the risk of maybe having some problems with your urethra, yeah, sure, then go ahead and keep your anatomy down there just with a normal simple release in metodioplasty. Bro, I'm a girl, but I want to get a beard. Can I get a beard with minoxidil 5%? I actually don't know. It doesn't hurt to try, I guess, but I think just because women naturally have less, smaller follicles, I think it's a little bit more difficult. But hey, prove me wrong. Maybe you can. I may try minoxidil if you want to try get a beard. I really don't know. God. There are a lot of very, very nice comments, which I really do appreciate, and I thank you for all your support and all the love that I receive from you guys. It's really, really nice. And there are a lot of negative comments, like I said, in the beginning of the video. So, just one thing, if you guys are going through a slump, or if you guys, have some videos or whatever you do and people negatively comment about you in life, don't take it to heart. And it's not only for us trans guys, and it's not only for the LGBTQ community that we get discriminated. Just maybe it'll make you feel a little better. But even non-LGBTQ folks like us get discriminated and get hateful comments and get people being mean to them for no reason, right? We're not out there to make the world a worse place. So yeah, these trolls or these people who just want to comment negativity, that's on them, right? If you want to spread hate and you want to spread negativity, that's completely fine. If that's how you roll, then okay, I respect whatever you want to do. But for me, and for all my loving viewers out there, let's be kind to everyone and keep spreading the love. And there's so many good things that we can be grateful for in life. There's so many awesome things happening around us, and there's just so much joy. There's a lot of good things in the world, and people tend to like only focus on the negative. So just throw away that negative part and focus on the good things that come into life. Yes, I'm human. Yes, I'm not happy and positive every day of my life. I have some bad times, but the bad times, it's not permanent, right? And so is the good times. It's not permanent. So be grateful for what you have. Like how I'm so grateful that I have all you guys who love me and support me and really have gone through with my journey with me. Really, thank you. I love you all. And for the haters, I still love you. Try to love yourself a little bit more. Or if you already love yourself, great. But maybe instead of spreading hate, try to spread a little bit more kindness, just to make the world a little bit more of a better place. Well, if you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe if you're new, and I will see you in the next one.